That world was called Vana'diel. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Sareel Ja's claims. Prishe, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past, and who she is. Yet to be told the memories of your life are not your own, I can only imagine how she must feel. Now's not the time to be disheartened. At least not here, anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Sareel Ja to be safe for long. Or to remain functional. Let's return to Mamuk while we still can. My mother will want to know what we've seen here. I think this is the real Prishe. I'm pretty sure this is the real Prishe. She has done a lot of dimension hopping. She is a very powerful entity within the lore of Final Fantasy XI. It's interesting that it all began with a stone as the line in the opening of Final Fantasy XI, and that world was called Vana'diel is also another line from the opening of the game's trailer. Very, very nice callbacks. I'm liking this a lot. I think they've from what I can see, they have very much held up the whole. I think they've done their job well. Now that we've returned, I can see this isn't the Mamuk that I know. I am glad to see you and Sareel Ja returned safely, and you brought the new guest. There you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in Okitsune-sama. Setsume. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely? That explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet and yet we seem to have so much in common. I cannot help but wonder what it is that links the two together. What indeed? You mistook us for the Mamuk of your Vana'diel when we first met. May I ask what they are like? Nothing at all like you and yours, even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the peoples of Vana'diel, the Hamota included, knew peace. But a tyrant possessed of terrible power claimed rulership over the Hamota and turned them against us. Before we realized it, we were at war. A tale similar to ours in a way. The very few of us born with two heads grow to become immensely powerful. That power was used to justify our preeminence over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can be better than our forebears. We will be better. All of our hard work will be for nothing if Sareel Ja succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid in stopping him, I promise you that. Oh, keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't need to know who I am to know the right thing to do. My blade is yours. On my honor as an adventurer of Vana'diel, we will put an end to Sareel Ja's schemes. If she were here, I'm sure she'd have done the same. Right then. You can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not going to stand around and let the Sareel Ja piss all over the memories of my home. So you can count me in too. I don't think you can forget about us. This all started in Yaktel, and we have a duty to keep our forest safe. Sareel Ja left us without... sorry. It's a mistake. Sareel Ja left us without a trail to follow. But it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Nali once more. If you're to be ready, I think it would be prudent the two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Tuliyollal and see to our own preparations while we're there. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Prishe and assault to Tuliyollal. Me make sure that McCool Jaja doesn't overexert himself. You think that I can? No, come on. He's gonna go over the top whether I say so or no. Oh, what's the second one down? Oh, what music is this? Is this the boat music? This is the boat music, isn't it? Those balloon-powered airships are really something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is Tuliyollal. Before I forget, I can't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? I'm afraid I don't. And as you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. What I know of you is likely overheard in a tavern somewhere, patrons sharing stories of your famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first appraise the Landsguard of what happened? Or would you prefer another stern lecture from the Val Reason? It's a rip off our tail. Fine. Could you keep them occupied while we see to the Landsguard? Maybe take them to eat or something. Ah, I know. Take them down and tease. And sample her tacos. Here, for that first meal of yours you spoiled. Just so we're clear, we're not expecting you to earn your forgiveness. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past. But there's always time to build a better future. Hey, thanks, buddy. When you get there, tell her we sent you. She'll see they're taken care of. I'm impressed that he actually remembered that he stepped on our tacos when we first met, and that he cares enough to try to make amends for it. It's very big of him. Auntie's tacos, eh? Let me guess, they serve tacos? Oh, I can hardly wait. I ate tacos all the time back home. Though I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a more scenic route. But maybe something along the way will help jog Alsal's memory. Okay. Now they're both following me. Yeah, there's 3 talking points here. They really put effort into doing the dialogue for this up and letting us, like, go, hey, people from Vana'diel, welcome to welcome to 3 Final Fantasies ahead of you. What in Aldana's name is that? Do people actually ride those things? Chocobo's the only beasts I've ever used for riding in Vana'diel. If they have any, I'd sure like to see them. Those creatures remind me of the Chocobos in Vana'diel. To say we adventurers found them indispensable would be no exaggeration. From shore to shore, they were our faithful companions wheresoever the road might lead us. Indeed. I know people are going to say, he just took that sword and shield from some poor guard. I think that they might have actually been his. And that guard would, like, was keeping them. Maybe? I don't know. My home is surrounded by ocean too, you know? It has the most beautiful views on a clear day. Not without the occasional monster, though. It's nice being able to walk around like this without your guard up all the time. I cannot say why, but I remembered something looking out of the sand dunes. There was a man out on the docks who claimed he could teach me new battle arts. But he would only agree on the condition that I retrieved for him a damselfly worm, an apron, and a magic skull. I don't suppose you've met anyone in your travels who's made such clear requests. Yeah, that's the sub-job quest. He's talking about the sub-job quest in FF11 that unlocked the ability to set a sub-job, which is capped at half your main job's level and gives you basically all the abilities of that job. So these are the markets to Tuliyollal. There's so many stands, I wouldn't know where to begin. There's nothing for my head spin. So I'm afraid we should have hit the spot right about now. No, Prishe. Remember, you're about to eat tacos. I happened to spy a few goblins on the way to the market. I remember them living in the major cities of Vana'diel as well. Of course, but there were no shortage of the unscrupulous sort living in the wilds as well. They would gather in droves and chase away and give chase to adventurers, forcing anyone and everyone to retreat back to the safety of town. He's talking about mob trains. He's talking about mob trains. When you would gather up all the aggressive monsters in an area as a super high level player and drag them all the way back to the entrance to the zone. And then once you zoned out of there and enemies, instead of despawning, they would all walk slowly back to their locations and aggro anyone along the way. Such a horrible thing for people to do. This is the place, right? I can smell the savory meats already. And you must be Aunt T. Shockley Ja recommended we sample your tacos. So, we'll have 3 of your finest, please. Shockley Ja sent you, did he? Take a seat, and I'll be right over with a tray of our world-famous fare. Finally, we're going to get our tacos. Tacos at long last! Oh, how I've waited for this moment. I thought nothing could match the rich flavor of our tacos back home, but the spicy seasoning of this meat is something else. This meal's on Bakul Ja Ja, so don't hold back. Prishe's taking the lead, but we won't be outdone, surely. Oh, I can put away some tacos. Phew. I couldn't eat another bite. Thanks for treating us. It was almost like a taste of home. Tavnazian. Seeing as we have a little extra time to ourselves, care to hear more about Vana'diel? Mm-hmm. "20 years ago, the land was gripped by a terrible conflict. The Crystal War, they called it. It wasn't long before my home, Tavnazian, was drawn into the struggle. During their assault on the peninsula, the beastmen launched a weapon so powerful it sundered the land connecting us to the mainland. Those who survived fled to the Tavnazian Safehold. It wasn't much. We were able to piece together a modest living down in those caves." Sorry, I'm spoiling the mood, aren't I? You're an adventurer too, aren't you? Have any tales of daring you can share with us? Oh, do I get to pick? Do I get to pick? I don't get to pick, darn. Well, there was this time when my greatest enemy turned into a dragon and helped me defeat literally the end of the world. Traveling to other worlds? Saving this one from the very embodiment of despair? Wait, really? You're not just an adventurer, you're a goddamn living legend! A hero. And a living legend. I would have caught that ad, I'm sorry. Sorry for the wait. There was much to appraise the Landsguard of, as you will know. That Sareel Ja was behind the stolen relics, and the sightings of Bakul Ja Ja was understandably difficult for them to hear. And yet, there are others enticed by the rumors of the strange portal in the woods. I've heard some foolhardy treasure seekers have gone off looking for it. A dangerous thought, knowing Sareel Ja could show up at any time with more of those echoes. Which is why I'm going back to Juno to make sure our people stay out of there. If you're going, then so are we. It beats sitting around and waiting. Gods, the tacos were bloody brilliant. There's nothing better than good food and good company to pass the time. Juno. Hey! We get the Grand Duchy of Juno Orchestra roll for free! Would that we had time to show you more of Tuliyollal, but we can't afford to have anyone wandering about in Juneau. And let us make haste to Yoctel. Indeed. It's really funny that my HP is 111115. It's like so many ones. Okay. I can only speak for myself, but the idea of running headlong through a mysterious rift to gods know where in search of treasure seems absurd. The world has no shortage of legends like the City of Gold to inspire would-be treasure seekers. No risk is too great if they believe their dreams can be realized. Efforts better spent on a more honest living, I'd say. Walking the noble path like you, brother. In any case, whoever we find in there, we have to get them out quickly. What's that first part, the mystic? No, I did that right. I keep looking to see which epithet it has, so I can tell which brother is speaking. When I jumped through that rift, I was expecting a dungeon or maybe a labyrinth, not whatever all this is. Hey, you need to get out of here. It's not safe. It's dangerous and I need to leave? Don't make me laugh. Not long ago, I heard someone crowing on the streets about some rare stone they found. Something that could be worth a fortune. I'm not going anywhere if there's riches just lying around for the taking. Do you want me to kick you out? You're not fooling anyone, you just want all the treasure for yourself. But I'm not leaving until I found it. I can kick you out, personally, as one of Kam'lanaut's companions. If that doesn't give any weight to what I say, then, you know. We don't mean to threaten you, but you need to leave at once. This place is more dangerous than it looks. Never seen a city like this in Sareel before. Hey, you need to get out of here. Dangerous, you say? Perhaps I should hold off surveying further then. What a shame. I happened upon a rather curious stone I hope to take with me, but it was stolen by some Hamota brute. Knowing the value of the stone, I can't say it's worth giving chase, but he ran off to the south if you mean to go after him. I'll be leaving now. If it's as dangerous as you say, I hope you'll be leaving soon as well. There you are, thief. You came looking for some fancy trinkets too? Well, feast your eyes on this. We spoke with anyone who would listen, though few were too stubborn to hear our warnings. A block of raw electrope? But how? I take it you're the one that found this? I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave with that stone. It's too dangerous. You expect me to just hand it over? Bah! This isn't Tuliyollal. You have no authority here. I found it and I'm keeping it. This is for your own good. Put the stone down and walk away or else. Careful, brother. Lay a hand on him and the vow of resolve will never let us hear the end of it. We're already in her debt as it is. Fine. You come to make your fortune, yes? Then let me pay you for it. It would certainly save me the trouble of finding a suitable buyer, but don't expect me to let it go for cheap. We couldn't help but overhear you're selling an artifact found in these ruins. Whatever this gentleman's willing to pay, I assure you I can pay more. Great, just what we needed. What do you suppose we do now? Explaining the circumstances surrounding this place would likely take more time than we can afford. Huh. Ah, of course. Why not hold an auction for the stone? An auction? That would simplify matters. It would save you the trouble of bargaining with all interested parties separately, and incentivizes them to pay you handsomely lest they be outbid. Fine by me, but I'm only accepting payment in gil. This money will be taking me overseas where I can finally live the life I've always wanted. Okay. Can't be skipped. Okay. Yeah. If I may have your opening bids? Can you handle the bidding? We don't have much experience with auctions, but we do have coin you can use. Around 1 million gil saved up from our work with the Landsguard. Hopefully that'll be enough. Huh. Okay. I'll save you as much as I can, Ja. Damn. I wish I had money to join in. Seems like fun. Well, it's imperative that we recover the electrope. It wouldn't do to show your hand too early. Better be conservative with your bids, staying just ahead of the competition. I have no time for the back and forth of this bargaining nonsense. All I need is one bid to win that stone. Foreign merchants relieved me of my stock in a few months past, and it's a good thing they did. 1,500,000 gil, and I was forced to spend half of it in preparation for this expedition. So she's only got 750k. So what's your offer? The auction has begun. Outbid your competitors for the electrope while conserving your capital. Right then. How much will you start with? I know how much to start with. $500,000 gil. A bold opening bid, but I'm willing to bet that's all you have. 560,000 gil. Half of my savings is gone. Surely they're close to conceding, right? $600,000 gil. 600,000? How is anyone meant to compete with all that? One out of the running. Good. Then I'll bid 700,000. Only one left now, and I don't think he'll give up without a fight. Yeah, he won't give up without a fight. 710,000. Shit. Well, I've come too far to back down now. 720,000 gil. Isn't their bid by such a narrow margin? Someone's reached their limit. 730,000. It's finally over. You have a knack for business dealings, Sally. Maybe you were a merchant in another life. This looks to be all of it. The stone is yours. Well, as long as we don't let anybody steal it. It was more expensive than I would have liked, but nothing a few hunt bills can't make up for, I hope. As fun as that looked, I'm sure I would have made a mess of things if that were me. I tend to get a little carried away under pressure. I couldn't tell, Prishe. I couldn't tell. Well done, friend. Now let's have a look at that electrope. God, this presence, it feels familiar. The Shadow Lord. There's no mistaking that deep and bitter malice. The stone must have served as the heart of the Shadow Lord's echo. He was a being of pure hatred, responsible for bringing about the Crystal War. I was part of the company that would eventually bring his reign of terror to an end. You helped defeat the Shadow Lord? I mean, Okitsune must have been there with her, but I don't remember ever hearing about that. In any case, I will hold on to the electrope. We should hurry back and speak with the Lance Guard. Excuse me, but were you speaking of the Shadow Lord just now? Uh-huh. If there's more you wish to know, perhaps I can be of help. I've heard a great many tales from the fiend for the bards who frequent the taverns here in Juneau. I've been waiting over yonder near the fountain for my companions to arrive, but you're welcome to speak with me until they do. A most welcome offer, though there is much to be said for a first-hand encounter with the echo in question. Perhaps we can revisit these tales another time, after we've made certain no more treasure hunters can readily gain entry. Let's return to Tuliyollal and speak with the Lance Guard. Now they come meet us at Bright Plume Post. Ah, there you are. If you have any burning questions about this place or anything else in Vana'diel, I should be happy to answer them. Okay, so we can learn about Fafnir, the Archangels, and the Shadow Lord and stuff. Okay, it's nice that they give us a lore dump here, because people who aren't familiar with 11 would need to like watch videos that people have already put out about all these guys. Now that we basically, when we saw all the bosses, we were like, oh, okay. Let's put out videos about this, and like every FF14 YouTuber and streamer started putting out videos about this if they had any knowledge of Final Fantasy XI, so that people would know who these guys are before fighting them. But it turns out that they thought of that and put that in here. Once again, we're left with nothing but time on our hands until Sareel Ja shows himself. I suppose there's no shortage of work to be done if we ask the Lands Guard. You may be better served by exploring Tuliyollal, familiarizing yourself with the land. It wouldn't do to find yourself lost when you're needed most. An honest-to-God adventure? What a great idea! You're coming with me, Alxa. Don't you dare say you're not interested. Any self-respecting adventurer would jump at a chance like this. I'll not deny the suggestion piques my interest. We warn you now, though. The wilds of Tuliyollal are rife with danger. It is no place for the unprepared. I welcome the challenge. I can hardly count the number of times Vana'diel has been visited by some world-ending calamity. No matter how dire things may have seemed, we always found a way through, together. This will be no different, I'm sure of it. There's nothing we can't do so long as we have each other. A band of adventurers barely met. United in the face of great peril, just like old times. Our adventure is always so sentimental. Is this so terrible a thing? Okay, so they were like Lance Guard weapons then, because I think that's the same make. Yeah. It's the same model that the other guys have. So he did just borrow them and isn't giving them back. Then again, you don't know how that conversation went. Ah, here he is. The moment we learn anything about Sareel Ja's movements, I've asked him to contact you. Of course, something has gone wrong with my stream. I just need to make sure it's still running. Oh, come on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna just keep going. Twitch is being stupid again. It won't let me view my channel. It won't let me, like, manage my stream. It won't let me do anything. It's giving me all sorts of weird errors. It's just throwing hands. And, So I may as well not even have a Twitch account as far as it's concerned right now. It's denying me access to everything, even watching my own freaking channel. I'm very, very mad at Twitch right now, and they can all just, all of Twitch and all of Amazon can just take a dunk in a river for all I care. I think it's time for another video streaming service to become top dog, because these guys clearly don't know what the hell they're doing. If this is how I interact with my stream, being unable to control my content and getting locked out of my account, unable to do or load anything for no apparent reason. Rant over. Moving on. If any ads interrupt the cutscene, I don't have control over that because apparently Twitch booted me out of everything. Soon we'll slaughter them all. Is that not so, Sareel Ja? Soon, my dawn servant, very soon. Then there shall be none to stop you from taking your rightful place on the throne. How fortunate for me he lacks the wisdom of the true dawn servant. But if he will be made fit to rule, I must choose from the echoes carefully. The Shadow Lord should promise, but Vana'diel is a land of rich history. I needn't settle for those who are but a blink in the eye of an eye in the annals of history. With the strength of the ancients, I will bring Tuliyollal, no, the whole world, to its knees. Yeah. He's talking about the Xylart. He's gonna be bringing in the next wave of bad guys next time, I'm guessing. Eald'narche and Kam'lanaut, or as everybody who played Final Fantasy, the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia called them, Cam and El Nacho. Because no one could say Eald'narche. It's not that really, so much as they never bothered to type the name out entirely.